Hi, it's Sylvester, here to answer some more random questions because I like making these videos. Once again, I am sort of in drag. I'm wearing a wig at least, so that's something. Low effort drag is my kind of drag. Once again, I am answering these questions from a website called conversationstarters.com/generator.php. And the first question is, if you could be an expert in any subject, what would you choose? I would choose to be an expert in social media slash TikTok because, hear me out, this sounds like a useless life skill, which it sort of is, but as somebody who has always wanted to be a YouTuber and is still desperate to become a YouTuber, I feel like it would be very beneficial for me if I had a better social media presence, especially on TikTok, because I grew up in the age of YouTube. YouTube was all the rage back in my day, and YouTube is the love of my life. It is the platform that I love the most. But nowadays, we are living in the age of TikTok. Short form content is all the rage, and I'm uncomfortable with short form content because it's not what I'm used to. It's not what I like making. But if I was good at TikTok and if I was better at social media in general, I do feel like I would have an easier time generating an audience for myself here on YouTube. Next question. Who is the most famous person you have met? I met an actor named Tomo Pennicott at Fan Expo in Toronto in grade 10, I think. He is an actor from the show Dollhouse. I really liked the show Dollhouse back in the day, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and apparently it doesn't hold up. So I don't know if I still like Dollhouse, but I really liked it back in the day. And Tomo Pennicott later went on to be on Supernatural, which is a show I really like. So that was pretty cool. And I also met the actor who played Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think his name is James Marsters. I could look it up, but yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll look it up. I think his name is James Marsters. I'm a fake fan, obviously. I just, Spike was my favorite character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, that's his name, James Marsters. Spike, he played Spike. Spike was my favorite character. Again, he's a problematic character, but he's a very likable character. He's very charming. So I have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer a couple of times, and I still like Spike, despite some of the evil deeds that he's done, and despite how problematic he can be at times. I still like his character. So I think he is probably the most famous person I've ever met. I also met George Watsky. If you know who that is, he's a rapper, and he's really, really phenomenal. So I recommend you check out Watsky if you have the chance. Next question. When was the last time? Oh, and I met Steph Sanyati at Union Station in Toronto one time when I was there for my birthday to visit the CN Tower. We got off at Union Station, and I just ran into Steph Sanyati, so that was cool. I didn't get a picture with her, though, unfortunately. Next question. When was the last time you felt like a failure? Pretty much daily. I struggle with self-esteem. I struggle with feeling like I've failed in life a lot. This is kind of an ongoing thing that I deal with, that I should talk to my therapist about and not the camera. So, I'm gonna, not go too deep into that. But yeah, I often feel like a failure. Next question. Well, specifically last night, I went to do a live stream on my second channel, and because I can't do live streams on this channel, it'll take too long to explain why, but like I have a second channel that's for live streams, and so I live streamed and I got 0 viewers, nobody tuned in, so that really hurt me. And then I went on to Twitch to try to stream, and again nobody tuned in, so I felt like a failure after that. But it is what it is. I have had successful live streams in the past where I've interacted with people, and people have been leaving comments in the chat or whatever, and that's basically, I don't have much to do in a live stream other than just interact with the audience. And so when there's no audience, I just sit there and wait for somebody to tune in so I can talk to them. But yeah, that just shows you how lonely of a person I am. This is getting depressing. I'm kind of lonely. Anyway, next question. If you could invent a holiday, what would it be? I would make a holiday about cats. Cat day. Sure. Be like Valentine's Day, but for your cat. You just show extra love to your cat or any cats that you know. And yeah, I'm just talking out my ass. I have no idea what holiday I would invent. But why not Cat Day? You know, and it would have to be an actual holiday where you have to take, like, you're not, like, all the businesses closed down and all the stores shut and nobody's working. Like, one of those holidays where it's a legitimate holiday and there's no school. Like that, if I was going to invent a holiday, it would be a holiday where everybody's off work and everybody's off school. So, yeah, International Cat Day. Let's make it happen. Next question. What do you do for work? How do you get into that line of work? Well, I don't currently work. So technically, I am an affiliate salesman for a company called Seedsman. They sell cannabis seeds, but I haven't made money off of that affiliate link in a long time. So I don't really even count that as a job at this point. But yeah, I don't work. So, you know, anyway, next question. I've answered that question already. What are you most proud of? I am proud of the fact that I'm still here. I'm proud of how much I've been through and how much I've been able to overcome. And I'm proud of the fact that I am strong enough to be able to get the help that I need and to fight for the help that I need and to fight for my own rights and to stand up for myself and to be bravely who I am, even though I'm a weirdo, even though I am different in so many ways. I still decide to be myself, and that takes a lot of courage to just be myself, as stupid as that might sound, but especially as a trans person, just being myself, just being who I am as a man is something that takes a lot of courage and something I've faced a lot of resistance against. So, yeah, I'm proud of myself. Next question. Would you rather be the smartest moron or the dumbest genius? You have to really, like, this is a very poorly defined question. What do you mean by the smartest moron or dumbest genius? I'm choosing to read this as, like, the smartest moron would be somebody who has... I have no idea how to answer this question. I'm not even going to try to stumble my way through an answer here because I have no idea. Next question. What impact do you want to make on this world? If I could make the world a better place for one single person, the impact I would like to have is what John and Hank Green have had on me, the impact that they've had on me, to fill people with hope and give people the ability to dare to try to live their dreams and to inspire people. I guess that's really all I want to do, is I just want to inspire people to be whatever it is that they want to be, even if society tells them that that's not something they should be or something that they should want to be. But, you know, I'm here to say, even if society looks down on you for what it is that you desire in your life or who you want to be, even if people think that you're a loser for wanting to be who you want to be or whatever, no matter what people think of you, just be yourself. I know that's a lot harder than it sounds, but the greatest form of resistance is just being yourself in a world that desperately wants to make you something else. So that's the impact I would like to have on the world. When was the last time you cried and why? It's been a little while since I've cried, actually, but the last time I cried was when my cat passed away. I cried a lot for a while, but I haven't cried in a little bit, thankfully. I don't like crying that much. I know it can be kind of therapeutic and kind of cathartic, but I don't generally enjoy crying that much, so I am glad that thinking about my cat doesn't make me want to start sobbing anymore. Next question. What is your biggest concern about the future? It's pretty much all money. Most of my concerns for the future involve money or the building that I'm living in. like maybe something might happen and I might get kicked out. They might like try to do a renoviction situation, or the building might get sold and torn down, or like I don't know, because I have nowhere else to go if I'm not able to live here. The rent that I'm paying currently is the lowest rent that there's no lower rent in the entire city. I've looked and looked and looked and looked for some place that is as cheap or cheaper than the place I'm living in currently, and I can't find anything other than just like a single bedroom in a house, which I couldn't fit all of my stuff into a single bedroom. And even then, they usually only rent those out to students, and even then, the amount for a single bedroom is pretty much the same as what I'm paying in rent right now, because I moved into this building 10 years ago at this point, and rent was a lot cheaper back then, and they're only allowed to raise rent by 2.5% every year, so my rent is not able to increase that much every year. So basically I'm paying a lot less rent than most people, maybe not most people, but then a lot of people who live in this building are paying more rent than me, because I just moved in a long time ago when rent was cheaper. So that's something I worry about, is where I would go if I weren't able to live here. So next question. What do you consider your most important core values? I feel like I've answered this question already before, and I think I said honesty. But to continue the rant that I was having earlier, I think being true to yourself is something that I genuinely stand by. Something that I think is very important is to not change yourself for other people, and to not change yourself to better fit into a world that is very narrow-minded and not always correct in its way of thinking. Next question. Have you ever been to the emergency room? What for? Oh boy, I've been to the emergency room more times than I can count. Thank God for free healthcare here in Ontario, because yeah, I've been to the emergency room a lot. If I guess I could list a couple times. There was that one time when I had chest surgery and I had to go to the emergency room to get gauze taken out of my hematoma wound. I had a hematoma drained and there was gauze in there. I've told this story already, but there was that time I went to the emergency room. I went to the emergency room because I got bitten by a dog. I went to the emergency room because recently I've been to the emergency room for stuff that I don't feel like I'm allowed to talk about here on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't like talking about things like suicide, but basically I tried to commit suicide recently. I hope this video doesn't get taken down for me mentioning that, but I did try to commit suicide recently, and so I ended up in the emergency room for that. I've been to the emergency room a lot. Next question. If you could try out... Oh, I've had this question before. What is your favorite hangout spot? Definitely my house. I like to hang out at my house. This is where I'm most comfortable. So, yeah. Next question. Do you prefer to take baths or showers? I do prefer showers, but I don't really like showers that much. I've said that in a previous video, but showers aren't my favorite thing. I don't find them relaxing. I don't really like getting wet. They're just another chore in my opinion. So I'm not a huge fan of showers, but I also really don't like baths because they take up too much time. And I feel like a bath is a fun idea, and every time I go to have a bath, I'm like so excited for it. But then as soon as I sit down in the bath, I get really restless, and then I'm a little too warm in the bath, and I just want to get out, and it's just kind of boring. You can read in the bathtub, but I could read outside of the bathtub. I don't need to be in water to read, so I don't know. I don't find baths that relaxing. I don't enjoy them that much either. Next question. What was your favorite subject in school? Definitely drama class. I was always a theater kid, and I loved my after-curricular theater group. I would look forward to it all day or all week, and drama class was definitely my favorite subject in school. Next question. Tell me about your dream house. My dream house, I actually, if I had the choice to, like, if I had a lot of money, I wouldn't choose to buy a house. I would choose to live in a condo because I like the concept of not having to repair my own living space. Like, if something in my condo breaks, like, let's say the faucet breaks. I am not a handyman. I have no idea how to fix a faucet, and I don't really have a lot of people in my life who do know how to fix a faucet, and I don't want to have to pay somebody to fix my faucet. I would much rather just call up my landlord, tell them I have a broken faucet, and have it get taken care of. That sounds great. Having a house sounds like kind of a nightmare. There's so much upkeep. Like, what if you get mold? What if your roof caves in? What if the basement's leaking? Like, what if, I don't know, you have to replace your windows, or, like, I don't know, there's a million things that could go wrong with a house, and it's always so expensive to repair. So I would like to live in a place where I don't have to do the repairs, or I don't have to pay anyone to do the repairs. That would be great. Next question. How often do you nap? I actually don't nap. Sometimes I will if I'm really tired, but the thing is, it kind of ruins my sleep schedule. I'm not the kind of person who can have a nap in the middle of the day and then go to bed at a reasonable hour. If I sleep during the day, that means I'm going to be awake during the night, and I don't like that because I'm trying to have a consistent sleep schedule, and I'm trying not to be nocturnal, so I don't nap. Next question. What do you do in your spare time? I read, I watch YouTube, I spend time on Facebook. I don't know, I like Facebook. It's my favorite social media platform, which I know I sound like I'm 85 right now, but genuinely my favorite social media platform is Facebook. I don't spend any time on Twitter, basically, like pretty much none. Instagram is a close second. I like Instagram a lot. I like looking at pictures, and I like funny memes. So yeah, I spend a lot of time on Facebook. What else do I do for fun? I sing. I used to dance. I haven't danced in a while. I just haven't had the energy for it. Like, I have a lot more energy than I used to ever since I switched medications, but I still don't have the energy that I once had, where I was able to enjoy dancing and just do it for fun. Now it would take all of my energy to just bust one dance move. So I like going for walks. Nice long walks is a fun thing to do when I'm bored or in my spare time. And unfortunately, another thing that I do in my spare time is eat. I eat a lot, and I'm trying to eat less because I've put on a lot of weight, and I'm trying to be healthier. But unfortunately, when I have spare time, usually I eat. So and it's not because I'm eating out of boredom. It's because I have a very healthy appetite, a very robust appetite, I suppose. And in part, it's because of the medication I'm on. It is a side effect of some of the medications I'm on, is an increased appetite. I did try a medication instead that didn't increase my appetite, but that medication didn't work out for me. So unfortunately, this is just kind of, I'm hungry all the time, and it is in part because of the medication I'm on, but I can't complain because the medication genuinely saves my life. There I go saying the word genuinely again. I say that word too much, but the medication has saved my life. So if it causes me to be a little bit fat, then I'd rather be fat than so depressed and psychotic that I can't exist normally. So yeah. Next question. At what age would you consider someone to be old? I feel like there's no way to answer this question without disrespecting somebody or making somebody feel offended, so I'm not even going to answer this question. Old is a mindset. You can feel old at the age of 20. There are teenagers who feel old. It's like, and there are 70-year-olds who feel young. Like, it's a mindset. I feel like that's so cliche to say, but it's a mindset, you know? When you feel old, you can be at any age. And if you feel... I'm just repeating myself. Anyway, next question. Who do you aspire to become more like? John and Hank Green. I'd like to be like John and Hank Green. I've already said that, but they are my idols. I hope to someday meet them. That would be fantastic. I want to go to VidCon someday. I guess that's on my bucket list. In a previous video, one of the questions was, what is on my bucket list? And I said that I didn't really have a bucket list, but I changed my mind. I have one item on my bucket list, and that is I would like to go to VidCon before I die, and I would like to meet John and Hank Green before I die. But I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen, but it would be nice if it did. I'm going to do two more questions. Are you an indoor or outdoor person? I'm definitely an indoor person. I like just hanging out indoors. I do like being outdoors, though. I'm not... I don't avoid going outside. I do like going for walks. I go for a lot of walks. I walk pretty much everywhere. So... yeah, but if I had to choose, I don't like camping. I don't like insects. I don't like sunburn. I don't like sitting on the wet grass and getting my pants all wet. There are aspects of the outdoors that are unpleasant to me, so I would say indoors. And last question, which is better, being the boss or being an employee? I would rather be the boss. I don't deal well with being told what to do. I am not good at following instructions. I am not good at being bossed around. I am the kind of person who likes to be the boss. I like to be in charge. I like to be the one who tells other people what to do. So I would definitely like to be the boss. But the closest I've ever been is being a manager. And while I was the boss of some people, excuse me, I just burped. While I was the boss of some people being a manager, I still had a boss. So I was still being bossed around, and I was still being told what to do, and I was still getting in trouble all the time for not following the rules and not doing what I was told. So even when I was kind of the boss, I still wasn't the boss, you know? That's why I want to be a YouTuber, because I get to be my own boss. I get to make the rules. I get to decide what I do with my channel and the content I make. It's all up to me, except I do have to follow YouTube's rules still. So YouTube is technically my boss in that situation. And if you really want to be technical, your fans are kind of your bosses in a way, because if you upset your fans, you don't have a platform anymore and you're not making money anymore. So even in a situation where you're your own boss, you're still never really entirely your own boss. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it would be nice to be the one in charge either way. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay frosty. Bye.